So, due diligence. What is it and what do you have to do? Well, sit tight and I'll explain it all in this presentation for you. Due diligence is basically doing your research into the business or industry, and the decision to either go into business as an independent or as a franchisee can be a very tough one to make. Each have their own positives and negatives, but for you, Uncle, I recommend that you start as a franchisee. I do have my reasons for picking this option, but I'll explain them later. First, let me talk to you about what due diligence options you should undertake. I'll start by talking about what due diligence you need to do if you were to be a franchise owner. Firstly, a method where the only cost is your time. Go out and talk to some other franchisees. Go out and interview them, survey them, arrange to see them at work. These people are going to tell you exactly what it's like working for the franchise and can help you decide if this option is best for you. If you've spoken to them and you're still happy to go ahead, my second recommendation is that you speak to an accountant. Business accountants serve a number of useful functions. They're able to tell you if you can afford to go into business for yourself, as well as help you comply with taxation laws and help you prepare your tax returns. They can also help compile future financial projections, help you determine future funding needs and where to source the capital, and can help you make effective use of your personal income. Studies by Dr. Laurel Fraser have shown that 54% of franchisees spoke to an accountant before making their purchase. My third recommendation is that you do some desktop research into the franchises and see if it's profitable to invest in one of their businesses. But be careful, not everything you see on the internet is true. I can write pages and pages about how I'm the world's best soccer player, but really, does it look like I play sport? There's also a lot of costs associated with being in a franchise. Dr. Fraser's research has shown that franchisees spent $1,520 researching for 5.5 weeks. Some other franchisees spent over $5,000 researching for 5 months. The only real downside to being in a franchise is that there's almost no room for creativity. Everything you're expected to do is outlined in the franchise agreement. This agreement is essentially your Bible when you are operating as a franchise, and it is something you will need to discuss with the lawyer prior to signing. However, the lawyer will not tell you if you should sign or not, as they can be held accountable if you were to fail. As you're just starting out in business, Uncle, I think this option is best for you, as you have the extra help and support from your franchisor and from other franchisees. But if you think you can handle it without the extra support, let's look at what you'd need to do if you were to be an independent dog washer. So, if you wanted to be an independent dog washing business, I'd still like you to go out and talk to an accountant and to some other business owners. The main difference is you would need to conduct a different kind of market research. You need to analyse your customer profiles. Who do you want to attract? Why them? How are you going to get them? You'll need to look at your product and service. Why should people go to you instead of going to someone else? You'll also need to look at your price and compare that to your competitors to see where you would be in the market. Then you need to look at your sales and distribution channels. How are you going to get your product to your people? After you've done this, you then need to formulate a strategy. You can do this by setting objectives and then conducting a situation analysis. Then use that information to select a strategy that will give you a competitive advantage. Sounds like a lot of work, right? Well, at least your costs of doing the due diligence are cheaper. Dr. Fraser's research has shown that 4 months of due diligence on an independent business can cost $2,808, while 3.5 months of research can cost you $2,422. I'd also just like to remind you that 1/3 of businesses fail within the first 2 years, so just be very careful that you don't become another statistic. Just to recap, no matter which option you choose, I would still like you to go and talk to an accountant and to some other business owners to get their thoughts. Please, at least just do these 2 options, because this is what's going to help you determine if the business is right for you. If you talk to everyone and you're still happy to go ahead, the best option for you is to be a franchisee, as you have the extra help and support from your franchisor and from other franchisees. And you have the franchise agreement, which you will discuss with a lawyer prior to signing. Right, Uncle? Being in a franchise also gives you an established reputation and customer base, as people already know the name of your company. Use this information while you are a franchisee and keep track of all your regular customers, so that further on, if you do want to go solo, you can use these people to help get your business started. I hope this has helped you make a decision.